Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 5th January 2024. So, we are going to take the PDF of Hindu and we are taking Delhi edition here, and we are going to point out the important articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. After picking out of the topics, we are going to see the different dimensions in which you can think about that topic. That multi-dimensional approach and interconnecting of different subjects is very important from your UPSC point of view. Because nowadays UPSC is not asking question only in one subject point of view. So it is interlinking the subject. Okay, that is evident from last 2 years. Okay, so you have to focus in a multi-dimensional manner, and that we are going to teach through this current affairs classes. And if you are watching this Rathods IAS current affairs analysis, so please do watch consistently so that you will understand how to interlink the topics and how to identify which article is important and how can we place that so-and-so article in the different subjects of UPSC. Clear? And we are also going to provide the notes of this class. The notes will be uploaded in PDF format in Telegram channel. You can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in description box. Okay, so this is the front page of Delhi edition of Hindu. So first article, it is about 8 Indians get 60 days to contest Qatar jail term. Okay, so this article is talking about trial of these 8 former Indian Navy officers in Qatar. So already we discussed this topic number of times, just I will going to give you information in brief. Okay, so actually these Indian former Navy officers, so now they are working so-and-so company in Qatar, okay, and they alleged with a case of spying, the releasing of critical information of Qatar. So they got death penalty in this Qatar, okay, and later on what happened, so India approached Qatar and finally they get consular assistance, and finally here these people they arrested in 2022 in month of August, and the Qatar's court of first instance sentences all of them to death in October 2023, and in December 2023 a Qatari appellate court drops a death sentence. Okay, so who are those 8 people? So we have captains, we have commanders here. So this is about this brief introduction of this topic. So here, what are the dimensions that you have to see from UPSC point of view? So from UPSC point of view, you have to see India-Qatar relations. So you have to focus on India-Qatar relations. And you have to see map of Qatar, like which are the boundary countries, and if there are any nearby water bodies are there. And you have to see even economy of Qatar on which it is dependent on. And from India-Qatar relations point of view, here you can see which are the areas of cooperation. So you can see which are the areas of cooperation between India and Qatar. And next one here is you can see what are the issues. Okay, so this is one dimension from your geography. So this map, it is from geography point of view, and this relations from your international relations point of view. So apart from that, you can also add one more dimension here, that is about death penalty. So death penalty is also called as capital punishment. Okay, it is also called as capital punishment. So from polity point of view, you can discuss or you can refer one dimension like, so whether district courts have the authority or have the power to impose this death penalty or not. So what happens in this High Court and Supreme Court regarding this death penalty, and even you have to refer about pardoning powers. you have to see the pardoning powers of president and as well as governor regarding this death punishment or like capital punishment or death penalty. And actually the debates they are going on regarding this death penalty to abolish death penalty in India. So in this context you have to see what are the pros and what are the cons of this death penalty. So all these things are very, very important. And one more important thing that you can add here is what is the Supreme Court judgment said about this death penalty. So Supreme Court said that this death penalty should be given in the rarest of rarer cases. So which is that Supreme Court judgment. So all these dimensions that you have to remember regarding this topic. Is that clear? I hope it is clear. And now let us move on to another article. Iran vows revenge after biggest attack since 1979. So actually there was twin blast in Iran. So we discussed that topic, right? So here there was a blast. And in this blast in yesterday's class we discussed about Qasim Soleimani. So because of this anniversary celebrations of the Soleimani, so in that site of celebrations the blast happened, twin blast, and it killed a lot of people, around 103 people, and more than 250 people they were injured according to the data of Iran. So now this article says that Islamic State, IS, it is responsible for this attack. Okay, so we are going to see this topic in detail. So it is very, very important. And if you move on here, you can see one interesting image. So can you see this image of lake and beautiful tourist boats? So this is about tourist boats engulfed in a thick blanket of fog in Bhopal. And this Bhopal is called as City of Lakes. Bhopal is called as City of Lakes. So this is one GK question that I can see. So if you are writing any competitive examination, okay, so there you can get a question like, so which of the following city is called as City of Lakes? And you will be getting options like Bhopal, Thiruvananthapuram, Manipur, like that. So option correct here is Bhopal. Bhopal is called as City of Lakes. And please let me know which are the lakes present in Bhopal. Okay, Bhopal is famous for lakes. So which are the lakes present in this Bhopal? So please let me know in the comment box. And please let me know how many of you are from Madhya Pradesh. Okay. And let us move on to this states page directly. And most of the articles are political articles. They will fetch you nothing. So leave them simply. And try to utilize this time in your GS for your prelims preparation. And next important topic is 2 temples they closed after entry of Dalit youth in area. So this article is talking about temple entry, right? So this article is important from different subjects point of view, and we can interlink lot of subjects. So here this topic is important from Dalit and temple entry. This topic is talking about Dalit and temple entry. We can connect this topic with modern history. We can talk this topic about from this polity point of view, ethics point of view, and even society point of view. So from society, we can connect this topic from caste system. Okay, from caste system. So especially so and so people who are belonging to this Dalit community, so they are not entered, they are not allowed to enter into these temples. That means we are saying there is discrimination. We are seeing discrimination, and it is one of the societal problem. So here we have to talk about how to change the attitude. So this attitude will comes under even our ethics. Okay, and ethics you can get a direct case study from this topic. So if you are a civil servant, or if you are a district magistrate or an IPS officer in that so and so area, so what are the steps or what are the measures that you can take to address this problem? So in this way you can get a direct case study. And from polity point of view, we have fundamental rights. Okay, fundamental rights which is talking about abolition of untouchability. And you have to see what are the different acts which are present to prevent discrimination, that is Civil Liberties Act. For example, you can talk about SC/ST Atrocities Act. And from history point of view, you can study this topic under temple entry movements. You can talk about temple entry movements. And you can talk about role of Mahatma Gandhi and also Ambedkar in upliftment of these weaker sections of society. And you can see some examples of this temple entry movements like Vaikom Satyagraha. Okay, so these are the different dimensions you can study. Is it clear? So if it is clear, please type 1 in the comment box. Okay. So this is about this topic and these are the dimensions that you have to think about. And now let us move to next topic. So today is Friday, so you will be getting this Spotlight Metro Plus. So leave that simply. That is not of much use for us. And this editorial page, you can see this article. It is about yesterday's article, continuation. That is Supreme Court judgment on this Adani group and SEBI. So here you can see some important facts regarding this SEBI. So yesterday we discussed about the topic, what is the issue, everything. So here you can see about this SEBI. So you have to see what is the full form of SEBI. And what are the provisions? Okay, so whether it is a constitutional body or non-constitutional body, you have to see. So it is established under what? And you have to see what are the functions of this SEBI. And this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under economy. Clear? That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And here next topic, it is about civil society. And this topic is at most important. So we are going to see that in detail. So next topic is it is about civil society. So you have to understand what is the meaning of this civil society. What exactly means a civil society, and you can see like examples, and you can see why we need this civil society, and what is the role of civil society in ensuring democracy in the country. And you can also see what are the challenges faced by the civil society. So if you open your syllabus and if you see this part, GS2 in governance, we have the direct topic of this civil society. Okay, so from there we can connect this topic. and it is at most important topic. Okay, so we are going to see all these dimensions, and this topic is important from your mains, not from your prelims. Okay, and in its opinion page there is one important article. It is about higher education and challenges of this higher education. So this article, it is mainly pointing out about online education. It is pointing out about online education. So now let us try to see some dimensions. Higher education and skills. So when we had this COVID, that is in year 2019, so first time we see in China, and later on in 2020 it has spread to different countries. And because of this COVID-19, national-wide imposition of lockdown happened, and even there was shutdown. There are shutdown of education institutions and companies, factories, manufacturing units. So because of this, what happened? Overall, we can say there is stall in economic activities. There is stall in economic activities. Okay, there is stall in economic activities, right? So here this article is talking about, so during this 2020 to now it is 2024, so graduation batch is coming out. So normally if you want to do graduation, it will be around 3 to 4 years of time. So graduation batch which is already came, or the batches will going to come in the future this year. So actually they went for mostly online education. Online education, online exams, etc. So because of this, there is a doubt that whether these graduates are having the skills or not. Okay, what about the skills of these graduates? So if they are not having skills, that will lead to further increasing of unemployment. So this is the issue which mainly talked in this article. So but rather than this, we can think about other important issues, like what are the overall challenges facing by this higher education system in India, and you have to see like what are the measures. So what are the measures can be taken and what are the challenges. So this is very, very important. Clear? And we are going to see each and everything in detail. And next, if you move on, in this text and context, again the same topic of Adani Hindenburg judgment. So in yesterday's class we discussed. Yes, in this news page there is one interesting article. That is about new rules for granting symbols to new parties. So this article is talking about political parties and how you are getting the symbols. Okay, for example, you will be seeing like different symbols. For BJP party, we have lotus symbol. For Congress, we have flag symbol. And for BRS party in our state, we have car symbol, like that. Okay, so how these symbols, they are getting to the political party. So here we have to see about allocation of symbols So here we have to see this topic, allocation of symbols to political parties. And here you can see we have different political parties. We have registered political parties and we have unregistered. Okay, so what is the criteria here for allocating symbol? So who is having the role? So role is played by obviously Election Commission of India. So So we have to see like what is the role played by this Election Commission of India. So all these things are very, very important. Okay, and the next topic is Aadhaar enabled payment system frauds comprises 11% of financial scams. Okay, so this article says that especially when we are using this Aadhaar enabled payment system, so frauds are happening and they contribute around 11% of total number of cyber financial frauds that had happened in year 2023. So this is the thing which is mainly said by Indian Crime Coordination Center, that is I4C. Okay, I4C is saying that because of this Aadhaar enabled payment system, that is one of the important reasons for the increasing of the cyber crimes. Okay, so here you have to know some facts regarding this I4C, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. And if you move on, here you can see the list of the articles. The first one is Health Ministry seeks data on single woman taking ART route. So this article is very interesting. I will say what is this ART route. So ART means nothing but assisted reproductive technology. Okay, it is nothing but assisted reproductive technology. Okay, so reproduction is nothing but whenever the female gametes and male gametes they are uniting together, that will lead to formation of zygote, and that zygote will be developing into a new individual or a small new individual. Yes or no? So this is a process of reproduction. So when male gamete it is coming and which is uniting with the egg, and that will lead to the formation of zygote, and that will be developed into individual. So what happened? It is a natural process. But what happened in male or in female? Okay, in male or female. So because of the lifestyle changes, because of the sedentary lifestyle, what happened? So there is some alteration in reproductive system is happening. Alteration. For example, women they are having commonly PCOD, that is polycystic ovary disease, endometriosis. Okay, like that they will be having some reproductive diseases, so that they will not go for natural reproduction. Okay, so because of this, I think how many of you are aware about this fertility centers? So here this fertility centers they have become very, very popular nowadays, and it is a good business also, I can see. Okay, and rather than other hospitals, the people in this fertility hospitals are very high nowadays because of the sedentary lifestyle of people, and especially in not only in women but even men also, there are some problems like decreasing of sperm count. And what are the sperm are there? So there is decreasing of quality of sperm. So in quality we will be measuring like how many sperms you are moving in, and that too how many are moving in the forward direction, how many are moving like other directions. Okay, and how many are dead, so how many are having abnormalities in the sperm. So all these will be done in the sperm analysis, and they will be saying about the sperm count and quality of the sperm. So if there is no enough sperm count or if there is no proper quality of the sperm, then that is also problem to have the reproduction. So because of this, nowadays couples they are visiting these fertility centers. Okay, these fertility centers. So in these fertility centers, what they are doing is they are having different techniques. Okay, so they will say is that IUI, IVF, like that. Okay, so IUI means nothing but they will be collecting the sperm from the male and they will be inserting into the female. Okay, they will processing the sperm, and only the good sperm will be injected into women. And next one is IVF. IVF means sperm will be collected from the male and ovum will be collected from the female, and they will be uniting them in a controlled environment in the lab, and after developing of zygote, so that zygote will be transferred into uterus of female. Okay, so this is a very risky process, and it is a very costly process, and it will be taking around 6 months to 1 year of time for this procedure to collect ovum. Okay, and so this is nothing but assisted reproductive technology. Okay, so they are here doctors are externally working for increasing of the reproductive rate. So actually this article is saying that not only the couple now, but even single women, so they are going for using of this ART, like for example widows and unmarried women. Okay, so now here government is asking the data. Okay, now the government is asking the data like single women who are going for this ART route. Okay, so to assess the functioning of Assisted Reproductive Technology Act, so now here Union government sought the data from all the states and union territories on the total number of single women, that means who are divorced and who are widows, and even who are unmarried women who had successfully utilized this ART technology. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. And next topic is ISRO to perform crucial maneuver tomorrow to bind Aditya L1 into L1 orbit. So yes, we launched this Aditya L1 mission, and we are going to push this Aditya L1 mission into this L1 point. So here you have to see some facts regarding this topic, that is about Aditya L1 mission. So what is this? So it is a solar mission to study sun, and we are placing in this L1 points. So you have to see what are this Lagrange point. Okay, what are these Lagrange points? So we have 5, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. So if you see, this is sun and this is earth. Like that we have elliptical orbit. Yes or no? Yes, right? If you divide this, so here between sun and earth we have L1 point, here L2 point, and here we have L3 point. And from here 60 degrees, okay, here we have L4, here we have L5. So these are the different Lagrange points. So if you are placing these satellites in these L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and we can have the proper balance in that so and so satellite, because it will be not coming under the much influence of sun and as well as earth. Okay, so because of this, if we want to study sun, so these satellites, they will be placed in this Lagrange points, and you have to see what is the significance of this mission and what are the important things that we are going to study with this mission. So all these things are very important. And next topic is new antibiotic could target drug resistant bacterium, says scientist. So researchers, they have identified new class of antibiotics, and this new class of antibiotics which will be helpful to tackle drug resistant bacterium, that is, that bacteria here is Acinetobacter and Josephine. Okay, the antibiotic which is found which is effective against carbamazepine resistant Acinetobacter, okay, and it is inducing pneumonia and sepsis in the mouse model. Okay, so actually here you have to know about antimicrobial resistance or antibiotic resistance. So this is a common problem that we are seeing. So this is one problem that we are facing. That means if we have bacteria, or if we have any virus, or if there is any organism which is causing the disease, so to treat that disease we will be taking the tablets, or if we found that there is infection we will be taking antibiotics. So if you are taking antibiotics for 2 to 3 days, because of the action of antibiotic you will be feeling better, and what are symptoms that you are seeing, that will be slowly subsided. So whenever you are thinking that there is decreasing of symptoms, you will be stopped taking the medicines. So what happened if there are some strains of the bacteria or these microorganisms which are still present in your body, means so they will be replicating and they will be having now the new mechanism to shield, okay, to save themselves from these antibiotics. And again after some days, again this multiplication of this organism will be happening in your body. Again the signs symptoms will come. Okay, and again at that time you will be searching for the tablet which is given by the doctor, and you will be taking that tablet. But now this time this tablet will not be working against this so and so microorganisms, because they already developed the resistance. Okay, so this is the concept of this antimicrobial resistance or antibiotic resistance. So in this context, here you have to know that, so whenever any physician, okay, whenever any doctor who is prescribing antibiotics, so you have to take that for complete one course. The course will be around 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. So whatever the course, you have to take it completely so that we can reduce this antimicrobial resistance. So if these microorganisms, they are having the resistance to almost all the antibiotics like beta-lactam antibiotics, fluoroquinolones, okay, and fluoroquinolones, cephalosporins, etc. means yes, we have to come up with a new class of drugs. So that is the thing which mainly said by this article, and this is also a very important topic. And next topic is India's heavy digital footprint makes it attractive to cyber crooks. So there is increasing of cyber attacks is seen in India. So you have to see like what are the reasons and what are the measures. That's it. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. And now let us move on to the notes. And if you want to get these notes, you can join the Telegram channel. The link is given in description box. Clear? Now let us see the first article. It is about IS claims bomb attacks in Iran vows revenge. So this article is important from international relations point of view, and you have to see the different terrorist organization and you are operating from which country. For example, Houthis from Yemen, okay, Hezbollah, okay, and you have to know like Jaish-e-Mohammed, LET, Boko Haram. So where they are from. So it is very important. So if you see the context, it says that Iran's allied revolutionary guards and first vice president, that is Mohammad Mokber, vowed revenge for explosions, and these explosions which have killed at least 84 in the ceremony to commemorate top commander Qasem Soleimani. Okay, actually he was killed by drone attack by US in 2020. And if you see some details, so this article says that Islamic State has claimed its responsibility for this attack. It is a terror attack. So what is this IS, Islamic State? So Islamic State, it is nothing but it is an Islamic jihadi militant group. It is Islamic militant jihadist group and was like formally unrecognized quasi state. Okay, so it is based on the Sunni branch of Islam. So in Islam we have two groups like Shias and Sunnis. Okay, this is belong to this Sunni branch, and was founded by Abu Musab al-Jawaki in year 1999, and it gained a global prominence in 2014, that is in 2014. So ISIL originated in year 1999, which pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda and participated in the Iraqi insurgency following in this 2003 invasion of Iraq by multinational coalition, and this had been led by US. And next one is, as a caliphate, it claimed religious, political and military authority over the Muslims. And the adoption of this name, that is Islamic State, it is an idea of caliphate, have been criticized, and the United Nations, various governments and mainstream Muslim groups, they are rejecting its statehood and legitimacy. They are not want to go for this statehood and legitimacy of this Islamic State. And next topic, it is about two temples, they closed entry, okay, because of the youth who entered into the area. So residents of this Gollarhati and Gerumaradi villages in Tarikeri Taluk, so they came up with the closing of temples because of entry of a Dalit man into that place. Actually he came to do work, okay, but even though he was not allowed. So if you see those temples, that is Gambada Ranganatha Swami temple and Timmappa temple, so they remain closed until the rituals of purification is done because of entry of this Dalit person. And if you see the details, it says that the temple entry movements which was started by Bhimrao Ambedkar, that is B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, and he fought a lot for this discrimination against the caste. And the main aim was to reform Hindu society. The poor were not permitted to enter temples even in this 20th century of Kerala. And even now also this is going on. This is evident in some places. And it was launched in order to open all Hindu temples while carrying out of a massive propaganda campaign. And actually the campaigns that came up by this Ambedkar, they wants to especially focus on the social upliftment and to abolish untouchability of lower caste people, because B.R. Ambedkar was also belonged to this Mahar community, that is low caste community, and he also faced discrimination. And if you see some facts regarding this temple entry movements in 20th century in India, so people from lower caste, they were not allowed to enter into the temples. Okay, and in Kerala, low caste Hindus, they were not allowed to walk on the roads also. So the roads which are leading to the temple, you should not even walk on those roads. And as a result, T.K. Madhavan, he wrote a report, and this report which is outlining the problems of the depressed caste people they are facing on a daily basis. And as a result, a committee comprised of people from various castes, various castes, they were formed to combat it. And as a result of this temple entry movement, the Maharaja of Travancore issued a proclamation over the time. And this proclamation which allowed these Hindus, regardless of caste, to visit the government controlled temples. So these are some important things regarding this temple entry movements, and that you have to know for sure. And next topic, it is about civil society. It is very important, okay, from your governance point of view. So whatever the thing which is important from examination point of view, we are going to discuss that. Okay, so it is not like you have to read each and every word which is given in the article. It is not at all useful. So whatever the thing that is important, we are going to discuss. Okay, so civil society, it is nothing but it is a set of civic rights. Okay, it is a set of civic rights. And one more thing I want to say is, I got a comment like, ma'am, why are not discussing each and every word in the article? But it is not useful. So if you are not knowing and understanding what is civil society meaning, if I say about directly civil society and the matter which is given in this article, that whether it will be useful? No, it will be not at all useful. And it is not the right way to read the current affairs. Okay, so in the current affairs, you have to identify the keywords and you have to see like where can you place that keyword in your syllabus, and you have to understand the basic meaning. Mugging up of facts and mugging up of definition will be not useful. You have to understand the basic meaning. Okay, so civil society is nothing but a set of civil rights, including primarily everyone's right to participate in public life, and this civil society which forms now the backbone of democracy. So this is what exactly this civil society means. And why we need active civil society? Because now the citizens of India or citizens of any country per se, they have the right to scrutinize the work of their representatives. So how their elected representatives are working. Okay, and next one is to publicize acts such as infringement of civil liberties and failure of government to provide a reasonable standard of life for citizens. Also, we need this effective civil society. And especially Article 19 of the Constitution, this provides for this democratic rights to protest as part of freedom of expression. So as part of freedom of expression, so Article 19 of Constitution which mainly provides for this democratic rights. And we are also having the right to participate in an activity that should not be restricted to politics and electronics alone. And this one is, without this right here, democracy can become an illusion. So it is the importance of this right. Okay, this civil society. And next one is, what is the role of civil society? So what is the role of civil society which is playing in ensuring of democracy? So how? Because the first one is, in a large developing country like India, so there are number of gaps which are left in the governance process. Is these gaps, they will be filled by the civil societies in the modern India. And next one is supplementing the government effort to provide health care to citizens and to raise awareness in society like child and maternal malnutrition. So civil society play a very important role. It will be making awareness programs to know and understand about the importance of nutrition. And there are a number of NGOs like Childline India Foundation and World Vision, RM India. They played a very important role in raising awareness on child sexual abuse. And next one is, in last 20 years, a very large number of NGOs in India, they have been active in the area of environmental protection. So in the area of environmental protection, they are very much active. And the NGOs, they have often been helped by the judiciary whenever the government of the day has proved under response or unresponsive. So whenever government is not responsive, civil society will make to create awareness. And next one is engagement in the civil society and media. So the engagement of civil society and the media in educating citizens on evils of corruption, on raising of awareness levels and securing the participation. So all these things are very important. And next one is, civil society can influence policy and project formulation through the membership of committees and as well as submission of memoranda. So regarding the submission of memoranda and as well as membership of committees, so civil society will influence the policies and as well as projects. And next topic is about higher education and what are the challenges faced by this higher education. So what is the meaning of this higher education and why this higher education is in news now? Because recently a project report, a report of a private agency released. And it said that Indian graduates, they are employed in 2021 or fewer than half. So less than half people who graduate in 2021, they got the employment opportunities. And this periodic labor force survey, that is PLFS, so it said that the unemployment rate among graduates is higher, is higher in many other developing countries. So in developing countries, educated graduates are not employed. So that is one important reason for the rising of unemployment. And students who enrolled in the college during the pandemic, they have now graduated. And one more cause of concern here is whether they are having enough skills or not. And now let us see other important issues of higher education. So first one is unsatisfactory talent sourcing of faculty and students. So what happens, so whenever we are conducting interviews for the selection of the faculty, so we are not focusing especially on their leadership qualities. Just we are focusing on experience, past experience. And there were no leading questions on this leadership qualities of that so and so person. And next one is governance. It is a casualty in most higher education institutions now. So they will ignore the attributes like participation of students, responsiveness, transparency, consensus and inclusivity. So actually I want to give you an example. So many of you are from engineering background, right? So but say in any graduation, so we will be having every year, we will be celebrating events. Yes or no? Every year at the end of year, we will be having the events like culture day and fest will be there. Yes or no? Fest, college fest. So it will be celebrated around 3 days. So at that time, so I remember a lot, like, so when I was in my first year of graduation in my family, so I said like, I'm the topper, I'm the gold medalist actually. So at that time, I came from a village and I entered into city to have this family. So that time in the first year, I was very much fear. So I am very much tensed and I feel like anxiety because I don't know how to mingle with this students from the city. So at that time here, I used to have a lot of fear, and in my college fest, so ma'am said, especially my chemistry ma'am said, to participate in the fest and you have to give the presentation. So I said that no ma'am, I will not. And she boosted me up and she tried to convince me, and out of 30 students in my class, 28 students, they gave the presentation. So in that way here if you have a good faculty in the colleges, so they will be boosting up the students. But it is not the case which is happening with all the higher education institutions. So they are not focusing on participation of students and responsiveness of students, transparency, consensus and inclusivity, and even there is no proper management of Indian education system. Okay, so these are some challenges, and other challenges are there is no accountability, no transparency, no professionalism, and there is over centralization, and even there is nexus between the education and the politicians. Okay, so these all are the some problems. And even we're also having one more challenge, that is political factor. So political influence is also a bad thing, and it is also one issue with higher education. And governing bodies, they do not want any political influence over the interference of their affairs. Okay, and next one here is investment. So investment they are doing just in the building of or extending of their colleges. So this is also which is evident from my college. So in our college we have pharmacy, we used to have engineering, MBA, and engineering separately for women. Okay, like that. So whenever actually this formed, it is a 6 years course. I did my graduation for 6 years. So in this 6 years when I started my study in the college, so I saw that one building was raising, that is for MBA, and within I went to 3rd year, so there was one more building that started, and in the 5th year one more building that had happened. So here what happened here is these higher education institutions, so they are going for extending, so they are going for investment in building rather than promoting the education in the students, or promoting the skill impartment in the students. And what is the way forward? What can be done here? So we have to give importance to technology in education. Okay, so we have to use ICT, and we have to focus on high speed internet technology, and our education system mechanisms, they should create human capital. Okay, and we have to focus especially on the technology infrastructure and knowledge accessibility. And next one is we have to focus on conducive HR policies. So HR policies should attract talent and creating the leadership pipeline. Okay, and we have to focus on constant training and retraining of teachers, and to avoid burnout syndrome by adding the job skills. So we have to update the skills of these teachers day by day. And we have to encourage innovation and creativity. So the system should reward those who deserve the highest academic honor. Okay, and next one is train the trainers continuously. So we have to train the teachers continuously, and even we have to go for some bridge classes, some training for the for the students to improve their skills as well. And next one is foreign collaboration. So we can promote collaboration with the other foreign institutions, such that we can get updated technology and as well as updated books. And I want to give you one main question today, that is about what are the challenges in Indian higher education system, and please do suggest some measures. So it is a direct question. Try to write answer for this question. And next topic is new rules for granting symbols to new parties. So this topic is important from your polity, which comes in the GS paper 2, and this topic is important from your prelims. So whenever any news which is coming in newspapers regarding ECI, Election Commission of India, that will be very important from your prelims point of view. So what is this article saying that about ECI, that is Election Commission of India? Election Commission of India brought the new rules for allocation of symbols to registered and recognized political parties. So for registered and recognized political parties, so how the symbols can be allotted? And even it made mandatory for them to furnish audited accounts. So they are saying that we have to come up with audited accounts of last 3 financial years. So they have to come up with auditing of at least last 3 financial years, expenditure statements of the last 2 elections, and signature of authorized office bearers of the party, along with the application form for symbols. So all these things are now which is very much necessary. Okay, first one is financial status. Okay, that is audited accounts of that so and so political party. And next one here is new rules would come into effect from January 11th onwards. So from January 11th onwards, so this new rules will come into existence. So we're talking about election symbols. Political parties, they are allotted with the symbols by Election Commission of India, under which order, that is Election Symbols Reservation Allotment Order of 1968. And a reserved symbol is one that is allotted to a registered political party. For a registered political party, they will be getting this reserved symbol. So while a free symbol is available to be allocated to non-recognized party. So for non-recognized party, so there will be the free symbol, and for even independent candidates. So this point is important from your prelims. And paragraph 4 of the orders deals with the allotment of symbols, and paragraph 5 which talks about reserved and free symbols. And paragraph 8 talks about election symbols order, which deals with the choice and allotment of the symbols to candidates and national and state parties. So these are some important facts regarding this symbols, election symbols. So these are some important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So where exactly you can get the notes? So this is Telegram channel Rathods IAS classes. So here we are posting the PDF. So if you join this channel, you can get an access to this PDF. And this is our website, Rathods IAS Academy. So if you want to use this website, you have to go for login register. And after clicking that, you have to click on do not have account. And first do register. So after registering, you have to use that same mail ID and password, and so that you can watch the demo videos that we are providing in our website. Okay, and the price is very minimal, so you can check out the price, and prelims is very much near. And if you are facing any problem regarding these subjects like polity, history, geography, economy, science and technology, you can buy the course here. Okay, the price is very minimal. Okay, and the quality is also very high. So to see the quality of the courses, you can click on play course, so that 3 demo videos will be opened without paying a single penny. And even you can get a foundational course, and the charges will be around 20 to 25,000 only for entire foundational course of UPSC. So if you want to join any of our course, so you can call me on this number 8074765513. Okay, so this is our mobile number, and even it's a WhatsApp number. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can call to this number regarding the courses. Okay, so this is the best opportunity to prepare for UPSC. And if you are a beginner, so you can take this foundation course, and the cost will be not more than 25,000 rupees, including prelims plus mains, prelims test series, mains answer writing, everything will be included. Okay, so try to use this opportunity. So if you want to contact us, you can call me on this number. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. So please do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy, and don't forget to like and share this class. Thank you so much for watching.